Hello, everyone, and hope everyone is having a great day today. Um, Today, I'm going to be talking about more of a more of a flooding threat, more of a heavy rain threat along the coasts of South Carolina and North Carolina, specifically the southeast side of North Carolina along the coast. And it's going to have to do with this sort of disturbance, low pressure disturbance that will kind of form over the Bahamas and slowly sort of meander northward the next few days, and it will be tapping into some pretty warm waters here. For it being very early June at least, so the waters are around 82 degrees, where this will be sort of tracking through. Of course, closer to the coast, those temperatures drop drop fairly quick. So, and I have a map to show that, which I will show here soon. But this is sort of the area of interest we have here, and this was updated this morning. Very very low chance, 10% chance in the next 7 days. Again, a low pressure will sort of form in the Bahamas and uh, kind of right along this frontal boundary here with some fairly warm ocean waters. Could if it goes over, if it stays over the water, especially um, further sort of east here. It could definitely show some slight characteristics of a tropical sort of disturbance. So you need to just watch this. Mainly just some heavy rain along the coast. That's the main threat. Maybe um, a quick spin up with the stronger sort of cells. We'll have to see as we get closer. This will be sort of for a Wednesday night um, into a Friday morning here. So um, really late June 4th into sort of early June 6th, sort of the time frame here. So the next 24, 36 hours will be pretty crucial with um, how much rain we'll get on the coast here. I think there's a pretty good idea. It's been fairly consistent. Models have, of course, there have been some shifts in where that low pressure goes, which obviously can change your totals, but for the most part, the generalization of what I'm getting from the models, um, it is spitting out a general idea. So again, here's that disturbance area, and I would like to sort of show this low pressure here. This is the sort of surface map here, overview of what today is. This is what today will be, and we can see this sort of frontal boundary, just kind of just very slowly moving to the south here, but it's very stationary, very close to it. And then by day two, we do develop a low pressure right off the coast of Florida and Georgia, um, with the warm front characteristics with it. And this will slowly push northward in day three as it pushes up through central South Carolina. And yes, lots of heavy rain possible um, into a day three. Um, she might be, I haven't checked this yet, but it might be, yeah, so here's our day two. So this is tomorrow's Wednesday here. We can see that day two risk here. We under that marginal for most of really all of the South Carolina coast and that southeastern part of North Carolina. This will probably be in through Wednesday night into Thursday morning risk here. If we go into Thursday, that risk is really all along the coast in the Carolinas, and then into Friday here, still along North Carolina. Even the Ohio Valley gets into some possible heavy rain. So very active sort of next 7 days likely ahead here. Yeah, that's the excessive rainfall. Again, kind of with this low pressure that I have been talking about, this sort of stalled boundary here. So something to definitely watch. Here's our sea surface temperatures, and these are well, this is in Celsius. So we have 28. This low pressure will be sort of forming. Um, Sorry, this low pressure will be sort of forming over the Bahamas here, and it'll slowly move off north, and it's going to be right in this sort of 28 degrees Celsius swath. Very slim sort of area. This is about 82 degrees Fahrenheit, I believe, around there, 80 degrees regardless. So it's going to have some uh, decent warm waters to work with in that sense, but sort of feel it. So the sea surface temperature is definitely um, going to support the development of that low pressure. So with our sea surface temperatures being definitely warm enough there, let's sort of I need this one here. Let's sort of just get a overview here of the radar, what it would look like. Um, this is ARRR here. This will only go into the morning on Thursday, but I'll get a better idea here. This is Wednesday morning. And we can see this sort of the convection and the rainfall from that low pressure sort of off the coast of Florida begin to really start to develop. And as we move on into Wednesday afternoon by 4 o'clock, we can see um, some sort of closed off circulation here. This will be what moves off north here. And as we move on throughout the night, Wednesday, we can begin to see that low pressure begin to get mapped in, ARRR. Um, we even start to begin to seeing some sort of convection bands here, affluence bands. And by Thursday morning, we can really see the bulk of the rainfall kind of hitting the eastern portions of South Carolina and southern portions of North Carolina, where some heavy, some moderate rainfall, and even some quick spin ups in these stronger um, storms within the bands possible here. But we'll see how the models sort of handled that. But yeah, we can see that sort of low pressure head off into sort of central South Carolina, like the um, forecast maps here, the surface maps here. So pretty good. HRR has a good handle on where that low will be going. I do want to look at some rainfall totals just real quick. This is the Euro from last night, and you see a good possible 2 to 4 inches along the coast and 1 to 3 further inland here. Maybe a little too inland. We'll see on just again where that low pressure sort of tracks. But again, some nice healthy rains. A general 1 to 3 inches definitely possible along the coast and inland a decent bit. This is a sort of another forecast here, and this is the raw data that usually a National Weather Service will use here. And again, along the coast, a good 1 to 3 inches seems very likely, and then further inland, a good inch or two possible, half inch sort of and through central South Carolina. So a good healthy rain event for a lot of the coastal regions, South Carolina, North Carolina, much needed rain still needed for those areas. So very important sort of rainfall. But yeah, overall, I just kind of wanted to touch base on this sort of disturbance here. I'm not very concerned with it. This is just sort of a mild to moderate sort of weather event. Really, the only concern is some flooding, um, especially if you get some training with the stronger storms, sort of defluence bands. So just look out for some flooding. Look out for flash flood warnings. Again, I think a good 2 to 3 inches along the coast is very well possible. Further inland, central South Carolina, and get into east central North Carolina, half inch to an inch likely. Still some good soaking rains for a lot of the areas. Again, this is sort of Thursday's flash flooding risk, so mainly along the coast highlighted. Could get upgraded to a slight. I doubt it, but if it does, it would be right along the coast. So just something to watch. So yeah, again, not a, significant event. Just kind of wanted to touch base on it and just get the word out that some flooding could happen. I am actually currently working on a tropical storm sort of um, beginner PowerPoint to sort of just go over some of the basics before the season really kicks off. Hope to have that done in the next week or two. Um, but until then, I'll be watching the weather closely. Seems to be an active week up ahead, especially along the mid south, possible in the plains. So definitely keep an eye on that. And I will be back shortly with new video at some point. So everyone take care and have a good day.